Yo, what's up guys? Today I'm back with another league racing video, and this time we are at Bahrain in Formula Sim Series F1. Here are the standings, some very quick drives as you can see, and I'm in 17th, not great, but I can't complain against the drivers in this grid. The goal will be to get another top 10 finish. As you can see, we are on board with my first soft run here. We've set a medium banker 27.2 to save a set of softs, and well, we were second on those mediums from the medium runners behind Jensen. So maybe we have some pace in the pocket here. I do know that my PB in qualifying is at 25.6. But for this first run, I was just looking to get a time on the board at least. And going through the first sector, it's not too bad. Of course, there's still some time in it, but we do a low 0.7, which isn't too bad. And we can definitely get a good lap time out of this. And through the assets, it's all decent. Here we missed the apex slightly, but it's not too much, not too bad. We are not losing too much time. And then this downhill corner, very hard to get right. And I feel like we're slowing the car down a little bit too much, but still engage the corner all right. And then coming up to this left-hander here, the 50-meter board is gone. And I think I messed up my braking a little bit, going onto the throttle a little too early and going wide there. Definitely lost some time there. And then going into the last sector, of course. Yeah, not great through that corner, but it is safely through the lap and going through the last corner where you can actually gain a lot of time if you absolutely nail it, and we don't. We turn it a little bit too early, but still a decent lap, decent first lap on those soft tires, and we do exactly 26 flat, 126 flat. And unfortunately, you can see here we are on board for going into my last run. You can see Jensen is ahead and I only had 30 seconds, but then suddenly there were arrows behind me and I was not paying attention at all. And then I also went wide, starting my lap, invalidating my lap. Well, yeah, I apologize to him. Definitely my fault for not paying attention. And unfortunately, that's why we don't have a second run on those soft tires. And you can see how good the grid is. We needed to do a very good lap actually to get a lot higher on the grid, but we start in the awful P10. Alt strat on this track is very good, so not a great place to start. But going into the race then, we get a decent start, not great off the line, was very bad reaction time actually. But you can see some space on the inside here, and of course we're gonna go in the space, moving up to 8th place after turn 1. And now we're behind Joey, and Joey's scrapping a bit with Bolin, and we're gonna brake later than him, go down his inside, and we had way more traction on his inside, so of course it makes the inside for the next corner, and we make a nice move on Joey here. But it's not over yet, we have to defend the inside. We go a little bit deep as well, but we get the move done, and we're up to P7 after the start, so really good start actually. But then I was just comfortable in the race, but you can see here I make a slight mistake, and as you can see, just like what I've said in the title, you can't afford to make any mistakes, but because that's our first mistake, and we lose the position to Joey. He overtook Noah there, but now in lap 8 we are going into the pits. It's quite, it's reasonably early to go into the pits, obviously to try and overcut or undercut the people ahead of this train, as we go completely wide here. But you can see also the car behind me is now 1.2 seconds behind me, and that's very important because now we don't have any problems from behind. And here you can see these were the I think this was the top 4, so I think Azikon was in P4 or something, and he came out behind me after pitting a lap later. And then the lap later than that, in lap 11, you can see Andrea here going side to side with Joey. Of course, Andrea has that one lap fresher tires, but he's not gonna feel the advantage right now, but he's gonna want to get past, of course. So you can see these guys scrapping away, and Chalkers now gets involved, and he's actually on old mediums, so he started this race on mediums, and obviously everyone want to get past as soon as they can. So I'm looking for a gap, and then slightly hit the curb there. I take out Azikon of this race, and I lose the position to Tato, and this is such a crucial mistake for me, because we lost the position to Tato here, And Tato is now behind his teammate, who is of course an old mediums. He does not have the pace. He's on 11 lap older tires and he lets Tato through, but he definitely doesn't let me through, of course. I'm not sure if it were team orders, but well, he's not letting me through and he's on a completely different strategy, so it's a little bit annoying, but yeah, he's allowed to do it. So now we're behind Chalkers and we have to get past him as soon as we can, because Tato is gonna pull away from him as we get our first warning in this race. And it's also important that Tato sticks with the medium runners ahead, because you can see on the map as we get a little bit of a tap from behind there. Not sure what happened, but luckily we came out of that alive. And now the lap after that, of course, Chalkers with the DRS is very hard to pass him. He does not have any ERS left here. We are also very low on ERS because of all the fighting, so we're still gonna go down his inside. He completely outbreaks himself, and it's an easy move up to P14, which I think at the time is a net P8 or something like that. But you can see in the top left, Tato completely lost touch with the cars ahead. We had a little bit more pace than Tato, I felt like, so I wanted to pass him here, but we still were very low on ERS, and the cars ahead are in a DRS training. They can just use each other's pace, and well, they will definitely pull away from us just because of the DRS, and we are not gonna be able to catch up to them. So in lap 18 here, I was low on ERS again, and he was so close that I was letting him pass, trying to save some ERS. And in lap 19, some of the medium runners have now pitted, and you can see on the top left the leading soft runners, leading alt runners are now behind us, and they are closing in rapidly as Tato gets a 3-second time penalty. So we're in a P7 right now, but the soft runners are closing in rapidly. You know, you can see 4.6 seconds, 4.3 seconds after just that one corner. So I wanted to get ahead of Tato. I still felt fast. I've gotten a tiny bit of ERS back, and I hope that if they catch up, they are behind Tato, and Tato is behind me. And then I make a mistake the lap after that in lap 23, and unfortunately here I wanted to let Tato pass, because of course fighting each other would only make it easier for the soft runners, and Tato has a penalty anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But here you can see Ewan has caught up to us. Ewan Smalley, I still have to get used to that name, but Smalley caught up to us, and they're both in S60 of course, so they're gonna help each other out. But I here want to get past Tito. It was a little bit of a late move, so luckily he left the space, but of course Smalley on those fresh softs, we are not gonna be able to keep him behind. You can already see we're struggling a little bit on these mediums, having a lot of understeer, and Smalley Ewan can make them move around us fairly easily here. And we have Black Box now behind us. As you can see, Tato there completely runs wide. I'm not sure if he did that on purpose looking back at it, but I don't think he did. And yeah, we get past Tito luckily there. But then in the top left you can see Black Box was right behind me, but Tito helping out his SXT teammate Ewan, he completely sent it on Black Box and helped me out as well, because Black Box then had to stay behind me for a little bit longer, as I also had DRS from Ewan, and now I've lost the DRS, and it's gonna be quite an easy move for Black Box. But Black Box has got a 3 seconds time penalty now. You can see him sending it down my inside. I'm still trying to defend it, of course, as I am ahead, going outside, out of turn 1, as Black Box is going into the inside, but on his fresh softs it's gonna be so hard to do anything. And he's got 3 seconds time penalty, so we've got only 1 lap after this lap to go, and we can see OP Zane is now behind us, and we're gonna have to defend on our old mediums. On the bottom right you can see we have gotten past 60% quite a while back, and you can see us go very wide. And now it's OP Zane right behind us. Can we keep him behind for this last lap to at least secure a P8 in this race? Going through this corner, we do have DRS luckily, so it's gonna be very hard. He's gonna have to send it from very far back, and this is not a corner where you can do that. So luckily we get our braking points right, and we keep our P9 for now. Going into the last corners, just can't afford to make any mistakes, as we engage the corner very well here. Take it easy, just try to not make any mistake. Use the last little bit of percentage of ERS that we have, and going through the last corner, we're not gonna lose the position to Zane. We keep him behind, and I'm pretty happy with that. Looking back at the race, unfortunately I made that one mistake on the SS, which cost me a lot in the end because of the we lost touch with the cars ahead of us, and we end up in P8. Still decent result, another top 10 finish. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, and I'll see you guys next time.